All right, everyone. Welcome back. Is this episode 10? Before we start, is this episode 10?
I think so.
I think this is episode 10 tonight.
I think so.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is episode 10. We've done this 10 weeks in a row. 10 freaking weeks in a row. Yeah, I caught that. I heard that. I saw you.
No, nothing happened here.
Tonight we're actually going to be getting into game selection. It's something I don't know. We find ourselves, I don't know, I find myself talking about this at least twice or 3 times a week.
Yeah, game selection if you focus around gaming, your channel, but we're also going to be talking about what if you are not a gamer? What if you do art? Right. What if you do music? What if you... there's so many other things. What if you vlog? IRL?
Yeah, what if you vlog in IRL?
What if you do it?
And then at the end of the podcast, after we're done getting on our little stool and chatting,
our soapbox,
getting all fired up about talking about stream shit
and about life,
we are going to be pulling people from the Discord tonight and having chats again because that was actually really well received.
Yes,
and
we're gonna do that, and
you guys seem to like it, and we liked it, and it all worked out well.
Yes.
So, if you guys have a question or find yourself curious about something as we're on our soapbox tonight, please hop into Discord. Get your questions written down, put somewhere, all of that good stuff, right? And then we will be pulling you guys at the end to answer questions and talk with you guys.
Yeah.
So, Announcements? Yes, announcements.
We're going to have a change to our stream in a couple of maybe weeks. Days or weeks?
Big days. It's days.
Depending
days.
What we're going to do our best?
It's definitely days.
Okay.
Big change coming up. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be visual change.
A big visual change to the stream. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be definitely a journey that we are going to be taking all together.
I'm really excited about it. Personally,
I'm getting more and more hyped about it.
I'm really excited. I can't though. We can't tell anybody about it.
We're not going to say anything just yet. But
if you missed last week's podcast, the coaching brand is out and about, ! Coaching. If you're in our Twitch chat ever, if you need some one-on-one help, if you want to learn more, if you whatever you need,
you want us to sit down with you and explain what we do, and
don't have the time to go into the ins and outs of all the podcasts and all the other resources we have a way for you to get our time, get the time of someone who's done this for a while. If you guys are new and don't know who we are before we get into the podcast.
Yes.
My name's Barrett.
And I'm Holly.
And together we are Octomouse Labs. We are the misunderstood scientists of Twitch, and one day we will rule the world with the assistance of our magnificent Octomouse Legion. We are full-time content creators streaming here on Twitch 5 days a week,
Tuesday through Saturday, starting at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
We've been on Twitch for over 3 years, partnered for about 7 months now, and full-time for about 2 years.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of experience in the space and want to bring our knowledge to you guys to help you improve your time streaming.
Yes.
Help you avoid the pitfalls that we had to go through.
Yeah, we started off Twitch not knowing anything.
Which is actually a really good transition. When we started on Twitch, we picked a very bad game category.
Yes.
For us as people and just for our stream size.
Yes. At the time, we picked a game category that we picked Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
It was Call of Duty, and it was the game that we played off of stream for the fun of it.
And we thought because we enjoyed it, why not stream it?
Yes.
And as you guys are, I'm sure, aware, Call of Duty does not have the best community on the Twitch space.
Yeah, there are some games that are known to have more toxic communities than others.
Yeah. It was,
and at the time, Call of Duty was one of those pretty toxic communities.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, honestly. Streaming through that was, we fostered a really gross community. For a long time, it was a very toxic space. We were not proud of. We didn't share the community with anybody because we didn't want that to permeate into other chats.
Yes.
And honestly, a lot of that could have been avoided if we would have picked a better category.
Yes, it got so bad. There were points where we just wanted to quit. Everything was falling apart. There were fights in our chat every day. The people that were in the community that we made leaders and pillars of the community, like our mods, we got those as we basically did not have the best pillars. They were already partially crumbling, and
yeah, exactly. It was rough. It was rough, and we made a lot of mistakes there. But again, I feel like a lot of that could have been avoided if we would have, from the get-go, picked a better game category.
Yes.
Streamed in a better space. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, what do you think about when you start picking a game category? What's the first thing that you go through?
What is the first thing that I go through?
Excuse me. Sorry.
If you have, it depends. Do we have an established community right now? How many people are?
So,
what are our concurrents? What does it look like? Or is this day one?
Let's go small, medium, big.
Okay.
Let's go from each of the sizes. Let's go first stream. Let's go 2030, and let's go 70-100.
Okay. So first stream ever. You don't know what you're going to do. I would look in game categories that you can hopefully be in the top, I would say 2-3 rows in.
I would definitely say top 2 rows within the first 10 streams.
I'm saying top 3 rows just because they might have zero.
That comes to your mind?
I would pick games that have good communities.
I have one before that.
Okay, what is that?
Is it a game you enjoy?
Well,
can you?
Well, yes. Okay.
You think it's a given, but people hear it and they're like, okay, so 10 rows. I'm gonna hate this, but it's gonna get me viewers.
Okay,
right?
No, don't do that. Okay, yes.
If you are not having fun, it is so obvious. Do not play a game just to get some views, right? Don't. It's gonna be so obvious to everybody watching if you don't enjoy what you do, right?
Yes.
So you've got to like it first. So I think that's key.
Pick a list of games that you enjoy. Write a list down, all of the games that you own.
Like a type, like a genre at least of games that you enjoy. That works too.
Yes.
Right? After that, I definitely think that's when you start really getting into the nitty-gritty. Like, I agree. First things first is, are you going to sit in the top 10 rows?
Mm-hmm.
And while you're looking at that, to me, a big thing is, does the game itself have an established community?
Yes. Are there people that... go ahead.
No, please. Sorry. So the thing is, right, you might be able to sit in the top 10 rows of BioShock, right? But nobody's watching BioShock. Nobody's coming to Twitch just to watch BioShock. It's been done, right? It's been streamed out at this point. There's nothing for it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, like, you've got to look at like how many viewers are inherently watching your game category. You know?
Yes.
So, like, for me personally, and it's going to depend very heavily on channel size, but I would say just throw away the first 2 to 4 rows of the directory and don't go beyond about 8 to 10 rows down of the Twitch directory.
And if you only play one game though, because we will touch on this in a little bit. If you only play one game and that is the only one game that you like and are going to play, and let's just say that's Fortnite or League of Legends, that's okay also, but don't expect as fast of growth
or
discoverability.
Really possibly any growth. You have to understand it's a matter of saturation. Twitch isn't like YouTube. There's no algorithm working in the favor of a streamer, right? There's nothing to help you.
Yes.
So Twitch is entirely based, and I mean Mixer and YouTube gaming live streaming, like the live streaming services are entirely based on viewership. That's how they sort streams.
Yes.
It's the ultimate currency for streamers, as is the almighty view. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to if you are sorting by views, if you look at something like Fortnite, right? If you're sorting by views and you have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 viewers,
let's just say 5 or 10. You're probably affiliated at this point. You're doing great.
Yeah, sure.
I'm in Fortnite category. Let me just start scrolling. And scroll the top. Scroll.
We're gonna be scrolling for a while. And
how many people do you think are going to scroll down to the 5, 10? There's nothing wrong with having that many people.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing: like me personally, I'm gonna get about maybe 2 to 3 rows before I find someone that catches my eye.
Yes.
And I mean, if you look at a game like Fortnite, there's plenty of really awesome streamers there already.
Oh yeah.
That catch my eye. There's people that have dope graphics and have far established communities, and when I hop in there, I'm impressed.
Yes.
Or they're really good at gameplay or whatever, but they've caught my eye already, and my attention's already there, and I'm not going to scroll to the bottom to find you. I'm just not.
There may be 1 or 2 people like over like a year that may,
right?
Like,
and
it's very rare,
and that's why the growth is going to be so slow over there. Is you just don't have the sheer amount of people that want to come in and scroll that far. Something's going to catch someone's attention. They're there to watch a stream. They're not there just to browse the directory for ever and a day, you know?
But yeah, like a game right now, that would be a better choice than Fortnite. Like if you like Diablo 3, I'm just looking at it right now. It has 703 total viewers.
Right, and the total viewer number is the key. You have to have some viewers. I would say don't stream a game that has under probably, I mean, rough idea, but I wouldn't stream a game that has under 200 or 300 average viewers if you're a smaller streamer. I mean, if you're established, I wouldn't stream a game that has under 500 or 600 average viewers. You know?
Yes, in Diablo 3 right now, if you have 6 viewers, you'll be in the 3rd row, in the middle of the 3rd row, and that's good.
And
you're
now
on the
you're
first
discovered.
page.
Now you're discovered. I don't have to scroll.
I'm just sitting on Diablo 3. I pull it up on my computer. I can see your face if you have a face cam on, or I can see your stream.
What else?
Just by pulling up the category.
So what else goes into discovery then? If you pick a good game category, what else goes into discovery? It just from Twitch browse page. There's one I'm looking at. There's one that I'm seeing if you come to the same one as me.
Okay, question again? Sorry.
So you're scrolling through the Twitch directory. You're scrolling through the browse page. What else goes into discovery for you? What else
the
makes
look
you
of your stream?
Boom. Have a visually appealing look, right? Don't put some effort into it. You don't have to get a crazy, awesome, outstandingly expensive graphics package. You don't have to buy Adobe and learn how to animate. You don't have to see something on a streamer's stream that you like and instantly implement it, right?
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Just either having a face cam or a
have some color.
Yeah.
Have some freaking color. Like Streamlabs is awesome, and it's free. It's so free. It's so free it hurts my wallet to think about how free it is. It's so fucking free. And you just take that. You take that shit and you make it colorful and pretty and stick some of those on your screen, and next thing you know, it's like, holy shit, that guy has color. The other stream I was looking at doesn't have color. Boom! You're appeasing. You're more appeasing to look at. You know?
Yes.
You know? Color, guys.
Color.
Color is so big.
Catches people's attention.
Yes.
I mean,
color,
you're
hats, more... anything that makes you stand out.
If you're looking at 2 signs on the side of the road, the ones that are black and white just with text, with just black text, the white background, or then the one that's like, big, colorful, buy this here, now, do this one. You're probably going to look at the colorful one before you look at the black and white one.
I mean, even just simple psychology, if you think about it, right? What signs, like the signs that the government wants you to pay attention to as you're driving, even, right? You have like caution signs. They're bright yellow. You have stop signs. They're bright red.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the signs that are important to pay attention to are bright. They catch our attention. That's just how people are. We see shiny, and we're like, oh, shiny. Make your stream the, ooh, shiny.
Yes, but don't make it too overly shiny.
Don't be tacky.
It looks tacky.
You have to walk the line. But I mean, just look at. My advice from there, especially if you're new, is look at other streamers, bigger streamers, people that are established, and say, okay, so this is the line. This is how much shit I can put on a screen before people get pissed.
Before people get pissed.
Before people get upset, right? Like, this is how much shit I can get away with. This is the norm, right? And then do that. Don't go overboard, because it does look tacky. It looks shitty. You don't want to be, that guy. You don't want to be the guy who found every plugin for Streamlabs and used every one of them.
And you can only see just a little bit of your gameplay screen.
Right. I mean, you've got to have a nice balance. But I also feel like if you are not an esports level player, your gameplay should not be your focus.
Yes.
You should have a focus shift, something else into the community. Anything else, but I mean, as long as your screen is clear and visible, that's fine, and that's good enough. If you have something else that is fun or special or unique to your stream and takes up a little bit of your screen, that's fine. Because you're not an esports level player. If you are, then you'll do this on your own. You'll get big on your own. You'll make it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. You're definitely
you'll make it.
Your brand, the company's reaching out to you.
Exactly.
You're good.
You'll make it. But if you're a community-based streamer, don't shy away from using some of your screen real estate to do unique things. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. So, what about the people who just who don't want to stream video games?
Okay.
What about the people who get in these bigger categories? Just chatting's much bigger than game categories, or art, creative is nearly non-existent in some places.
I can talk on the creative way.
Okay.
Quite a bit, because actually,
Actually,
how we found Twitch altogether was from an art streamer. I'll give her a shout out, Bailey J. She is a YouTuber, Instagrammer, and a Twitch streamer.
Where did you find her stream from?
Instagram. I found her stuff through YouTube first.
Right.
And then I followed her Instagram, and she posted an Instagram story that she was going live on this thing called Twitch. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like this art streamer. I like what they produce. I would love to see her do stuff live.
Right.
I think that would be amazing. So that's how we ended up finding Twitch altogether. And I showed Barrett it. But you need to have a huge following, the biggest following. You need to focus on your social medias. If I found her, and I find so many other streamers or so many other artists on social media, because those are big platforms. You need to find the platforms that are going to showcase your art. They're going to showcase the drawings.
Yes.
You're going to show people, Instagram. Instagram's a huge, huge one for art. The art community on Instagram is ginormous. Absolutely ginormous. And you need to start making yourself known on that, and networking on those platforms before Twitch.
That was what I was gonna break into is creating community in those spaces,
yes.
Right? Having value and providing value to that community, not just you posting pictures of your art and boom, now I'm streaming. Treat it like it's your primary platform, because for a while it's gonna be, right? Like, for a while you don't need to focus on the stream. You need to create value in another place. You need to create discovery.
Yes.
There was something I listened to recently, another podcast I listened to, that I found super interesting. It was how to properly do a call to action, right? How to properly get people's attention to do a thing for you. You with me?
Yes, I'm listening.
So, what he said, what the guy said, he's a marketing director for Twitch, one of the marketing people on Twitch's side. He said, you need to provide value 5 times before you can give a call to action. So, if that's your art, then you need to be able to provide quality art posts and quality comments and quality community interaction inside your Instagram 5 times before you expect people to care that you're going live.
Yes.
And that's at a minimum. You know, that's not an everyday thing. You know, you think about one good solid art post and then replying to a comment or 2 and then commenting on a thing or 2. Now you're at your 5 interactions. You do that every single day and then you go live once a day. Well, you know, now people are starting to care. Now you're everywhere. Now you're starting to be seen places.
Yes.
And the same information goes back for standard streaming too. Socials are such a huge discovery factor, except I would say for most Twitch streamers, it's going to be YouTube. Or not YouTube,
Instagram.
Twitter.
Oh, for
Twitter.
most what?
For most Twitch streamers, it's going to be Twitter that really...
Okay, yes.
Because, Twitter's an engagement platform. It's designed to create conversations. It's designed to get thoughts out there and have people respond to your thoughts. And so, you know, doing that and responding to other people's thoughts is such a big thing in creating value. You know, you create those valuable interactions with other streamers, and then when you go live, you're relevant to them.
Yes. And if you're doing the art, your biggest platform should probably be, one of your bigger ones should be Instagram.
Definitely.
Have a DeviantArt page, because that's always a great link.
Isn't that basically your portfolio?
It pretty much is, yes.
Yeah.
It pretty much is kind of a portfolio, but have another place where people can find you. Have it in your... we can do a whole thing on social medias at some point.
I wholeheartedly intend to. Because
it's something that we've been working on, we've been figuring out too, and we love to share the knowledge that we have come up with. But I don't post as often as I want to, but I'm very big into the art community on Instagram. And you come and contact me, and I can show you how to grow your art page. I didn't post a lot of art, but I had like almost 1,000 followers in a couple of months. Like I could just, if it's art, I can get that Instagram up.
Yeah. So finally, the last, I feel like, quote unquote key to the puzzle here, I guess, is networking. Obviously.
Yes. So what do you say if you have maybe you even own only a couple of games and they're all the big games? Like you want to play Fortnite, you want to play Minecraft, you want to play Apex, and you want to play Overwatch.
Then you are gonna need hella support from your friends. Okay. You're gonna need to build a network of streamers that host and raid and support each other like crazy.
Yes.
In order for anyone to grow at that size, you are all going to need to be on top of yo shit.
And finding other people that you enjoy watching their content, that play these same games as you, and that have the same style communities that you enjoy, having friends.
Right. The cross-pollination is going to be the key. Having different communities that you jive with is really the key to it, because like if we're more chill, if we're conversational based and we're a little more laid back on things, we don't have a lot of rules, and then we host somebody who is uptight and has a bunch of rules, our community's not going to stick around over there. That's just not what they watch, right?
Yeah.
It's the same for every single thing. So you've got to find streamers that you are like. You've got to find similar communities, otherwise there won't be cross-pollination.
And don't just find these people just to be like, oh, they're going to raid me, this is going to be great.
No, I mean that's
not how people call it network, and it's not networking.
It's making friends.
It's making friends.
But there is a really easy way to make an impression, to get your foot in the door, to start conversations with people.
Yes,
it's a little method that we use, and a little secret. Little quote-unquote secret.
Oh, are we giving away our secrets?
I'm giving away the secret.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We don't really have secrets here.
It's not secret, but it's a little trick. And it's really just getting you in someone's memory. If you have someone that you want to talk to, it's helpful if you're in their memory. So the issue with Twitch is everybody who comes into your chat is a viewer. And as a streamer, that's sort of how you look at your chat for a long term, is that you have a chat full of viewers, right?
Yes.
But in other platforms, there's a lot more equal footing, and Twitter is especially big on this one. There's an equal footing on Twitter.
Yeah.
You and someone else are the exact same if you're replying to something or replying to each other. It doesn't matter. You're just chatting. So there's no viewer to streamer stigma there. There's honestly there's none of that. It's you are two people on the same foot having a conversation. Discord's also really good about this, but the trick is moving your primary interaction, moving your primary networking, quote unquote, off of Twitch. You shouldn't be doing your actual quote-unquote networking on site. Because you're always, like I said, you're always going to be a viewer in their channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what we do is we find a streamer we enjoy, and if we genuinely enjoy their content, now that's the key. You have to
enjoy their content and them, because I mean it's not going to work otherwise.
Yeah, I mean we're there to make a friend. At the end of the day, we're there to have an interaction that makes a friend and maybe crosses two communities that wouldn't otherwise have met, right? So if we genuinely enjoy someone's content, we'll start chatting, and chatting's the key. You have to be known, and you have to provide some value to their stream. You have to be able to chat and get engaged with what they're doing, have them be engaged with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Once you have some solid engagement for a while, once it's time to go, be like, all right, cool. Well, it's great getting to meet you. I'm gonna go follow you on Twitter so we can say hi at some point.
Yeah, make sure to give them a follow there so you can come back. Maybe a host because you like their content,
obviously,
and be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a follow on Twitter,
and then let them know that you were gonna give them a follow on Twitter, and
be like, thank you for everything. I really enjoyed
your content, your stream.
I'm gonna give you a follow on Twitter,
and then you follow them on Twitter. They notice. It's usually pretty quick. If they cared about y'all's interaction, they'll notice. They'll usually follow back if you are also a streamer, because what's the first thing you do when some random person or some person that you were talking to follows you? What's the first thing you do?
If someone's...
Like, if someone was talking to you heavily in chat and then they just follow you on Twitter, what's the first thing you do?
They're probably going above and beyond.
No, what do you do?
Follow them back?
I creep on them.
Oh.
I open up their shit and I look at their profile.
Well, I'm different than you are.
A lot of people do that, though.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people
I
do.
I can see they do that, but I normally just like, oh, okay. I give them a follow back normally, and then creep on them later, maybe.
Oh, well, that's how I know to give them a follow back. If I didn't know that you were a streamer, right?
Okay.
If someone new came into our chat, and I didn't know that they were a streamer, and they're like, cool, I'm gonna follow you on Twitter, right? They follow us on Twitter. I see them. I'm like, hey, that's Buttwipe525 from chat. I remember Buttwipe. Buttwipe was a cool dude.
They're awesome.
And then I'm like, oh shit, Buttwipe followed us on Twitter. And look at Buttwipe's profile. And it's like, Twitch affiliate. Path to partner. Like, what? Buttwipe streams. That's badass. I like Buttwipe. Follow him back. Next thing you know, you have a really easy grounds for interaction. Now the trick is to keep the interaction going there, though, right? You have to respond. You have to, if you're Buttwipe and you see something that they post, you gotta respond to that shit, right?
Yes.
And I mean, it's the same thing. If you want to keep up the interaction on your side, you see something they post, leave a comment, like it, retweet it. It doesn't take anything. It doesn't take much effort to do. But that sort of interaction is important if you want to build a friendship there. You know, it lets you get to know each other.
Yes.
You have anything else you'd like to add?
Let's see. If you're a musician, if you're doing music, I believe the same stuff also applies to SoundCloud. Just have your music out there.
Yeah, have a space where your music's apparent, where they could just go and listen to music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're not gaming, focus your networking
to a different platform. Even if you are a game-centric streamer, focus on Twitter more than you focus on Twitch.
Yes.
You find your networks to Twitch, sure, but you keep it up. You build your connections through other platforms.
Mm-hmm. Twitch, it's not just twitching. It's everywhereing.
Right, and that's the thing anymore.
It's getting your brand, getting what you do.
Well, you just said the key word there. You're the key phrase. It's your brand.
Brand, yes.
You're not just a Twitch streamer, because that's not enough anymore. That's really not.
Yeah.
Every platform is so saturated that in order to get placed, you have to provide enough value everywhere.
Yes, you see, okay, PetSmart is a shop, but you see the big sign on PetSmart, you see a nice building, so that's your stream. That's the outside of your stream. You click on it, is like you go walking into PetSmart, and you have good quality things in there. But do you see PetSmart ads on billboards? Do you see them
TV,
internet? You need to be other places.
Then they're out there doing like pet adoption drives and partnering with charities and all sorts of big stuff. And that's what gets their name out there. Businesses have been doing this a long time to create brands, and that's all we're doing as streamers, as people on social media, as entertainers these days, is we're just taking the same concepts of brand engagement and putting them into a digital age. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's seriously, this is our store. Once you click on the stream, make your store look nice on the outside, so make your stream look nice on the outside, and make sure to be everywhere else.
Yeah. Cool. So, that was, God, I feel like that was a lot of information, pretty well condensed. I don't know how long we've been, I guess about a half hour, roughly.
Or so, yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was really, really solid. So now we're going to open up for chat questions, and we were going to do an open mic.
Yes, an open mic
tonight.
So join in the Discord if you have any questions to ask us. They can pertain to anything. They can pertain to us, to streaming, to anything that we've just said. So also, if you don't feel comfortable talking in voice, we would prefer voice, but if you don't feel comfortable talking in voice, you can at Octomouse Labs in our chat right now and ask the question there.
Yeah. So, if you guys, what Holly said exactly. If you guys don't want to talk in voice, you can add Octomouse Labs. There's also a tab called Podcast Suggestions.
Yes.
So any of the above works. If you would like to hop into voice, hop into general chat real quick, and we will drag you into on air. I hope. If it connects. Is Discord's voice still messing up?
I think it might be our Discord, because I'm not able to pop up my Discord. I think we need to update it.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure, because it was happening the other day.
Okay,
so
all right.
We may just
do questions only. All right.
Questions in chat only.
Chat questions only. Oh, my God, it's a raid.
It is a raid.
Raiders, welcome. We're doing the podcast right now. We're actually opening up to streaming questions, personal questions. Thank you very, very much for the raid, guys, and we will get back to everybody in just a little bit. We don't read chat a whole lot while we're doing this.
Yes. Mr. Gamer just said, I have a question.
Okay.
About streaming. Do you usually
prefer to streaming with a face cam?
Does it usually bring more people to stream? Us personally, we do. We love having a face cam. I feel like we're able to, you guys have something to look at, you guys have something to keep your attention. It is something that
relatability. I'm trying to get a word out. Relatability.
Sorry.
Relatability is the big one. Yes, absolutely, face cams help streams. There's no doubt about it. There's actually studies on it at this point. If you don't want to stream with a face cam, that's fine.
That's okay. There's been partnered people, successful streamers.
But I'm going to put a giant butt in the air.
Okay.
Be better than everyone else. Do something so incredibly unique, so incredibly amazing that you still stand out.
Yes.
You're going to need it. Face cams are almost a necessity at this point on Twitch. It's the norm. It's not the exception anymore. So people expect it going in, and it increases relatability 100%. Yes, 100%.
Yes. And what if you want a face cam, but then don't want a face cam? Maybe you're a little too nervous to be shown.
Have a day away from it, or have it as an incentive.
You can do that, but you can also do face rigs. That's another way around it.
I would give the advice to shy away from face rigs.
I like face rigs.
At this point, well,
it's like a middle ground.
Sure, it's a middle ground.
You don't have the complete relatability as you do seeing a human, seeing a person live there.
It's something there, but a lot of character streaming is taking a back burner because you lose a lot of that person-to-person relational value. It's lost in becoming a character. It's not, you're not as much of a person, I guess. It's hard to say, but you're not normal, so you're harder to understand, and that it loses a lot of that value.
Yes. I do feel like if you do still want it, if you still want something there, maybe you can't have your camera on for your job. I know several people that can't have their visual person on the internet, but there are ways to go around it.
Yeah.
Because
if you absolutely can't be seen, I mean,
if I'm looking at streams and I see a person with no face cam, no nothing, and then I see another person with like a raccoon on their stream or something like that, I'm probably like, what the heck's going on with this? I think this is kind of cool.
Yeah, but I mean, on the same note, it's been done enough to where it's lost a lot of the novelty it's had at one point.
Yeah,
too.
But it is an option.
Yeah. All right. So we're pulling questions right now from chat. If anyone has any questions about Twitch, about streaming, about us,
about anything, like what's our favorite?
Let us help you. What are some fun, safe incentives for new streamers?
What kind of incentives should they focus on while new? Don't give away lots of monetary things at the very beginning.
It has to be sustainable.
Yes.
Sustainability is the key word.
Like every 100 followers, they're going to give away a $50 gift card. Don't do that. Because people will come, follow,
and then disappear.
Once they get what they want, they're probably going to be gone.
Yeah, they're not coming back.
In the day too. So, I mean, this is something that we've done.
And also, you got to think about it this way: if you're aiming to top your giveaways and you set your mark as, okay, first giveaway I'm doing $25 gift card, next giveaway I'm doing this $50, then at 1,000 followers, what are you doing? Are you giving away a PC? What about when you hit 10,000? What's your partner celebration going to be? Like, you got to think about the long-term sustainability
in which you're going to be able to afford and make it.
Yeah, because I mean, if you get known as that dude who gives away shit, and then it turns out you can't afford to give away shit,
you're going to be irrelevant
your entire
for those
brand.
People.
Yeah, you've literally betrayed everything you built.
So, what are safe incentives? They can be 24-hour streams.
How about just the obvious, the elephant in the room, and it's so popular with streamers. Bean Boozle,
yeah.
Bean Boozle, crickets. If you don't have a thing with creepy crawlies, bug things. Pancake, thank you for the tip. I mean,
there's a lot of things I've seen. A lot of people do
edible, like gross out things are fun as long as it doesn't hurt you.
I've seen some people that do like every sub, every follower, they put a sticker on their face, or
that's fun.
Or they see how many clothespins they can fit on their face. And then they stream with. I mean,
be creative with it.
Wheel spins.
Any of those is fine, and
chat currency.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, gross out stuff's always fun. Things that make you just slightly uncomfortable, it's always fun. Super hot, spicy foods, if they don't tear up your stomach.
Yeah, it might not be something that you like, but it's entertaining and it's something that you're comfortable with.
Here's one that we talked about recently that is relevant from Taradra, 24-hour streams.
I said that, yeah.
If you can safely do 24s,
yeah,
and do them responsibly,
yes. And someone just brought up in chat, I'm just going to say it, exercise, too. It was a great one. Push-ups, sit-ups.
Oh, yeah. People love making people suffer from working out.
Oh, yeah. People love making people suffer.
Yeah.
Just all together.
People
love making people
like
suffer.
Making people suffer.
So suffer. Make sure you suffer in a safe way. That read Twitch TOS. Don't drink for...
Yeah, that was going to be one I wanted to talk about, is don't drink for anything. You can drink on your stream, but if you put out a thing that's saying, I'm going to drink every time I get a tip or every time I get subs, then you are no longer in control, as far as Twitch is concerned, and that is bannable.
Yes, and there are several other things that Twitch may see as dangerous. So
don't drink in excess, don't do drugs, don't do anything like that.
Yes.
Don't do anything that's going to cause long-lasting harm to your body. I mean...
don't do anything that will cause harm, because I know there are some people that... ended up getting like temporary ban for like really, really hot peppers, like the worst hot.
The really hot peppers that, I mean, they turn bright red and are sweating and crying. Like, if it's going to bring tears in your eyes, don't do it.
Unless it's sour, and that's okay. Because that doesn't really hurt you.
Yeah.
But it'll give me tears in my eyes. Okay, here's another question from Taradra. What is the number one stat a new streamer should focus on from their channel analytics page? Uniques, live, average, followers, etc.
Chat interaction.
Chat interaction.
That's, to me, that's one of the few. I mean, I dive into stats. I'm a big stat junkie.
At all of our stats, but the ones that we focus on, we can say, oh, we had a good stream or not.
I look at a couple of things personally. I'm a stat junkie, and this is what I track. I look at return from follows. That's a big one to me. Return from follows is huge, because that tells me that someone who came in today, if they come back tomorrow, then they're interested and engaged. I did something that makes them want to come back again. I'm doing something right. And then you just need to recreate that magic, right? Right?
Yes.
I look at chats. How many chat messages? Is it higher?
Yeah, that's a big thing we have been looking at that we haven't before.
Chat messages.
Yeah, chat messages.
So huge.
And because we focus, one of our main things is community. Right. And talking to people
we're
and creating conversation.
Streamers.
So we look at how many chat messages we get.
It tells us how engaged people were with the content that night.
And we're saying, like, oh, it's low. I wonder why it's low.
Then you go back and watch the VOD, and it's like, okay, well, we talked about some irrelevant, meaningless crap for a while. Of course it was low. Like, no one cared. So, I mean, chat messages are a big one, especially if you're looking for that community involvement.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's from 2% Unicorn Milk. How important is regular schedule? If I wouldn't... know a 24-hour cycle if it bit me in the butt and sleep way too much. So it is very important, but also with you, 2% Unicorn Milk, I know by seeing this is you do at this point not rarely stream, but it's just non-consistent at the moment. But people dig that. People dig when they see you live.
The spontaneity of your streams is working to your advantage.
Right now, it is. It seriously is, and it still will.
The thing with you that has really helped is before you were a streamer, you were involved in so many communities for so long, and you're such a big pillar of those communities that anytime you stream, you get hosted to hell.
Yes.
I know. I almost feel obligated, and not in a bad way, but it's like, holy shit, Unicorn's actually live. This is my one opportunity to host the ever-loving shit out of her. I need to flatten her fucking face with a raid right now. Okay,
Yes.
I need to end my stream early if I have to. I just need to flatten her face with a raid.
Yes, because we finally get to
now.
see you. So you're in a very good position that you can take it to your advantage.
Now, if you don't know your 24-hour cycle, one thing that has worked for streamers is just setting days. Just set stream days.
Yeah.
You may not know, I may fall asleep in the morning and maybe awake in the afternoon to stream. I may be up all fucking night. I don't know. But I can tell you that on Tuesday, I'm going to do my best to make a stream. It'll be some point today, and here's the thing about it is if you've been consistently providing value in your streams, making people want to come back for something, whether it be educational, whether it be inspirational, whether it be entertainment, motivation, whatever your value point is, whatever your selling point is, if you've been providing consistent value and people want to come back, if you say, hey, on Tuesday, I'm going to have a stream, follow my Twitter to see when I'm going
time
live.
It will be. I can tell you that even if you told me, be like, oh, I'm going to stream this next Wednesday. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm going to mark that.
Yeah,
you're
going to mark Wednesday.
I'm just going to wait all Wednesday for you to go live so I'm able to join you because...
especially if you keep
an
active...
We know you, love you.
And the big thing is, especially if you keep an active presence somewhere else.
Yes.
If I know that if I keep up with your Twitter, I'm going to know when you're live, then I'm not worried about the fact that you just said Wednesday and left it floating there because I know that I will know when you're live. Mm-hmm. I now have a way to find out when you're live. And that's all I need. Yep. That's all I need is just a way to know when you're live. You gave me a day, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
Especially for someone in your situation. You've set yourself up by being such a strong community member for so long.
In so many different communities that everybody's just like, oh, let's jump on the Unicorn while we can. While we see her live.
How to help viewers who come in. All right, so King Ozzy.
We have this one.
Sorry. So Taraja asks, how does someone who wants to network bring up the fact they stream in other streams without being unethical or rude? I don't.
We don't.
And even before partnership, even before the little checkmark badge, because that's like a giant, hey,
something
I'm a streamer.
We already
talked about it, but
we'll say it again.
If you stream, you go in, you create quality interactions in their chat, and then you go and follow them on a Twitter, on social, somewhere else. Somewhere that has it in your bio, big fucking letters, I am a streamer. Mm-hmm. When they put the name and your Twitter to the same, and I mean, your Twitch name and your Twitter need to be the fucking same.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yep.
But when they put those two names together, when they say, oh, hey, it's Taraja. Taraja was funny as shit in my chat. And then, oh shit, Taraja just followed me on Twitter, and I'm going to creep on your shit, man. I'm going to pull up your profile and be like, oh shit, Taraja's a streamer? I'm going to have to check that shit out. And then next time you come into my stream, guess what? I'm streaming at the top of my lungs. Yo, everybody, Taraja fucking streams!
And you're just like, whoa, I didn't even say I'm a streamer. You're just like, yeah, I saw your Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
You followed me.
And that is so much more sincere, so much more meaningful.
When the streamer themselves find out that you are a streamer.
Then you trying to shadily bring it up.
Yes, we try not to whatsoever. I mean, now that having the check mark,
it's kind of a giant flag.
But beforehand, it's like, I find someone that I like, that I want to be friends with, and love their community.
I've turned off the check mark just to chill in streams before.
Oh, yeah.
I've turned it off so I don't get noticed.
And I've considered making like even a spare account.
Yeah, just like shadow accounts, just to go and hang out places.
People treat you completely different.
Not in yours. I don't have to because you know me.
Yeah, I mean,
like if there's other streams, there's other communities I've been into that I just don't have any interest in ever networking with like that. I just want to go and hang out and watch a fucking stream, man.
Yeah.
There's some shows I just want to watch just to watch the show and spam some emotes in chat and hang out,
Okay, here's another question. Here's a question from King Ozzy. At Octomouse Labs, how do you help viewers who come in 10 hours into a story-based game without a 5-minute summary every time someone comes into chat?
Oh, that's a hard one.
So I do like the answer that Taraja put in chat is get the mods to make use of commands. So
yes.
So you could be like ! Story. So
but Oh, please finish your thought.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, because I have an answer that no one's gonna like.
Okay.
If you're a smaller streamer, don't play story games. Just don't do it. You're not helping yourself. That's the unfortunate.
What if it's a story game that does have a?
So story games dry up. Once everyone has seen it, they've seen it. They move on.
Okay. What if this is a story game? They want to play it. What would be the answer for that besides not play it? I feel like.
I mean, so it's a matter of if you care about growth, you need some community. That, I mean, in order to get mods that make chat commands, you have to be able to get community. In order to get community, you're not going to get community by playing story games.
Yeah, The Walking Dead and Life is Strange, those both have communities.
They don't. They're dead. They're entire dead games. Okay. They maybe have 20 or 30 viewers in their directory right now. That's been one that's been affecting streamers, actually.
Okay.
That's the big point, is I see a lot of people who are in a stuck spot, but they're playing nothing but Walking Dead, Life is Strange, BioShock.
What about Red Dead? Red Dead Redemption 2.
The only streams that are succeeding at this point on Red Dead are online. People have seen the story. That's the thing with story-based games, is once the story's been seen by Twitch, it's been seen. It's done.
What about Borderlands 2?
It's getting a little bit of revival because
Sekiro.
Of Borderlands 3. Sekiro's dead now, too.
No, it's not dead.
It's dying. Speedruns are what's taking the cake on that one. You can look at it in any way you want to slice it. Speedrunning is different, but speedrunning also skips through cutscenes and skips through all the chatting. Speedrunning, people watch for the skill. And if you're a skilled speedrunner, you will build an audience if you are active in other speedrunning areas. If you're active in speedrunning forums and all of that good stuff, then yeah. Of course people are gonna watch you. It's impressive as shit to watch a good speedrunner, you know? Like, that's awesome. If you're a great speedrunner, own that shit. But, I mean, you're not gonna build enough of a community. You're not gonna build enough of a community to get mods, to make commands for you, to explain to other viewers what the story of a game is, if you can't pull in community in the first place. And if you can't pull in community, then what are you doing, right?
Okay.
I would say that you need to focus on streaming games that give you some sort of growth until you can get some people. And now, if you are dead set on streaming a story game, then have your mods make a command for it. Once you have community, once you have mods, once you have other people in the chat that will use the commands that you made. If you still have to type it and then explain it every couple of minutes, you're not doing yourself any favors. You know what I mean?
Yep. You can also just tell people, if you seriously dead set on playing the story game, you really don't have much of a community. You have a couple people that come by, but they want to know the story. Just tell them to watch past broadcasts.
Yeah,
make sure you have your past broadcasts on.
You can try your best to to advertise your VODs.
Yeah, you can make them YouTube videos and be like, hey, these are my YouTube videos. Go check them out. It shows you the story.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you can have Discord be like, oh, this is what we did today in the story. You can post even each day if your community is focused on the story. You'd be like, if you missed stream, these are things that you missed in the story. And
yeah, sure. I mean, the premise is the same, right? Right?
Yes.
So I think at the end of the day, it's, if you're dead set on playing a story game, just understand that you're not doing yourself any favors in the short run, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you have enough of a community to run chat commands, then chat commands are going to be the best way to not repeat yourself. But also, don't expect people to read your shit. Don't. We run big giveaways from time to time. We put it in chat commands. We have mods run the shit out of those commands. We have it in the title. We announce it everywhere. We post it on socials, and people are still surprised that we're running giveaways.
Yes.
And we're like, for the love of all things holy, we've literally been telling you for the better part of, I don't know, a month and a half that this is going to happen, and you're being surprised by this? Like, you can't really avoid it. Repetitive questions are part of the territory with streaming. And it's always going to be part of the territory because people are kind of lazy and not likely to pay attention.
Okay, here's another one from King Ozzy. At Octomouse Labs, thoughts on using streaming story games, uploading to YouTube, and relying on YouTube videos for building an audience? Building an audience on YouTube or building an audience on Twitch is my question.
I mean, sure, you have a very short term of relevancy on YouTube as well. If you can stream the game in the time it's new on YouTube, then yeah, take advantage of that, especially if you get early access. Take advantage of that for sure. The key is relevancy is always an issue with story games. You have a very short amount of time where the game matters.
I mean, it's not that it matters, it's people are interested in it.
Yeah, people will seek out content for it.
Yes.
Once they've gotten their content for it, they're done. That's it. They've got what they wanted.
Like right now, Rage 2, is that a story game?
That is a story game, and it's
yes.
all the rage
it's
right
all the
now.
Rage. Yeah. It's in the top row. It's in the top row of Twitch with 18.2 thousand viewers.
And it's gonna be popular. It's gonna be popular for, I would say, a solid month or two.
Yeah, once it's a month or two, then I mean, it's
depending on what kind of what they do. If it ends up getting a multiplayer, if it ends up getting anything like that to keep it alive, then it will continue in relevancy. But right now, it has a little bit of time while it's going to be relevant on Twitch.
Yes. Okay, so Taraja has another question. At Octomouse Labs, at what concurrent viewership should a streamer start utilizing a site like SullyGnome to discover new games or ways to stream? I believe SullyGnome
tracks, I think, at 15 viewers.
Yeah, 10 to 15 viewers and up.
Yeah, I think that's their thing. They don't, your stream isn't categorized in their thing until you have 15 viewers. Average,
or so, yeah.
In a 30-day rolling period. So if you can't keep over 15, I think you fall off of SullyGnome.
And do you fall off?
I think so. I'm not 100% on there. But, I mean,
SullyGnome is a very good metric to look.
is
it's
great.
Very interesting. It shows you.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows you a lot of things. What games have your highest follows, viewers, retention.
I mean, the thing about it is, I wholeheartedly feel like you can make informed and educated decisions with everything that the Twitch dashboard gives you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like you need a third-party site to make a solid game choice, because at the end of the day, the dashboard gives you a lot of stats, and a lot of stats that most people aren't even thinking about. Like, the whole chat interaction thing is a great point. Just because your viewership was great doesn't necessarily mean that was a good game for you to play. If you look at it and you had a return from follow of, only a handful of people and all your views came from the browse page and nobody chatted and you got no follows. Sure, you had decent viewership, but you didn't really grow your community, and your community actually didn't even show up for that.
Yeah.
So, that's my 2 cents.
Okay.
With me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm here.
Cool. Do we have any other questions?
Any more questions?
Before we wrap up and head out of here.
Yes.
Cool. I feel like this has been a good.
I think it's good.
Yeah,
and if you have any more questions, if you're listening to this and you're not able to ask questions here, you're able to catch this podcast every Tuesday at 9:30, and you're able just to message us at any time asking questions. If you ever pop in the stream and have a question, please ask. This is a very streamer friendly space. All of that good stuff. Okay, so it looks like we have 2 more questions. One
Two
from
more, and then we're
Taraja.
gonna wrap it up.
Yes. What's more important, video quality, audio, or game type audio?
So well, I feel like there's 2 different things to that.
Okay, go ahead.
For starters, audio is like as far as audio visual AV, right?
AV, yeah.
AV, audio is definitely more important, but I feel like game quality or game category is in a different thing, in a different sort of consideration than audio or visual, right? One, you're talking about how people consume the content. The other, you're talking about how people find the content. So I feel like that's apples and oranges a little bit. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but I do feel like in all of those, audio is more important because even if you are playing a good game,
yeah,
and
I mean, if you
screen,
sound like ass, they're gonna be gone.
Yeah,
and the voice, well, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I just gonna say video quality. I don't feel like is as important because most people on Twitch, I had to say about half of people on Twitch lurk, and they want something to listen to. It is the first thing that they're probably going to do. You normally don't watch a stream unless you have some sort of the audio up, unless you're like lurking and just have basically no audio on and not watching them.
Right. I mean, the other thing of it is like your voice conveys emotion. Your voice is what makes something relatable and engaging and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. So having the best chances to engage a viewer comes from having the best quality on your most engaging thing, right? Your voice is your most engaging thing, so be engaging with it. Have a good quality with that, you know? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's super key.
Okay.
Last question
from King Ozzy at Octonauts Labs: variety versus finding a main game.
Main game. If you want to grow any more, and you're depending on Twitch to get you views, then absolutely find a main game
/ genre.
Yes.
I feel like that can be acceptable.
That works. But find a main game, stick with your main game. Build network in your main game. All of the above. It's that's what's gonna get you the best viewership over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Okay,
here's a sub question to that question.
Sure.
How to keep a main game from getting stale for you, the streamer?
So the thing is, people will watch games for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has their own reason, but as long as you're providing quality, it all breaks down to value. If you're providing value in your streams,
this is not
fine.
for other people. This is for you. So you get tired of playing the game. Find a game.
Suck it up, Buttercup. I'm sorry.
Part of the time is suck it up. I feel like finding a main game, like let's say we're getting into ESO right now. So we're playing ESO. We like it. We do everything. Always try to switch it up. There's always different challenges you can do, different ways to play the game. Think outside of the box.
Yeah,
I mean, if you get really tired with ESO, maybe jump in for just some Black Desert Online.
Well, I mean,
something like that.
That's an MMO. It's
similar.
Works.
It's similar. Maybe just to give a little bit of refresher, and then you can go back to ESO, your main.
Sure.
But find a game that has a lot of juice and a lot of
right. I mean, the more content there is, the better. Obviously,
yes.
But the thing of it is, you are entertaining others as a streamer. You're not.
You're doing this for a job.
Again, if you're listening to this podcast and you're not looking to break professionally, then turn it off. I'm sorry. This is an advice for you.
Well, what if they're just looking to better their stream?
Then listen. Okay. The same advice that gets someone full-time is the same advice that grows a community, because in order to get full-time, you have to have a community.
Okay.
It's the same either way. Even if you don't want to do this for a job, if you want to grow, I mean, guess what? People who do this for the job have to grow, right?
Yes.
The same advice works vice versa. you're streaming for others. You're entertaining others. You are an entertainer. This is the entertainment business. I've said it before, but I mean, do you honestly think that everyone who entertains or everyone who has a TV show wants to get out there and put on that smile and record their show every single episode? Do the same thing? Do you think Steve Harvey gets sick as shit of playing up all his ridiculous things on Family Feud?
Do you think Ninja gets tired of playing Fortnite?
Of course they do.
Every day for
of course
6 hours plus?
Like 12 hours plus.
12 hours plus.
Like, of course they do. But it's entertainment, and if this is what you want to do, and you're dead set on building an awesome space, then suck it up, Buttercup. Because at the end of the day, you're doing something awesome. You have an amazing opportunity ahead of you, and if that means you get a little bored with the game you're playing, so be it. Talk to your chat.
Yeah, make it about the community, not just about the game.
Use your game as a relatable medium, and, have fun with it. Get creative. If you're finding it's run into a loop, then do something new with it.
Yeah. Try
a challenge run. Ask your community. It's like, what is the craziest thing I could possibly do, or what's something you've never seen anyone do? Maybe you stream Dead by Daylight. It's like, well, I've never seen someone in your rank go without cards and a killer only and only chase one person. It's like, okay, cool. Then our new challenge run doesn't matter if we lose or not, but we're gonna go cardless killer hunting one person.
Yeah.
And you're going to piss off that one person, and everyone in your chat can laugh about how salty they get.
Or if you're a survivor in the game, every time you hear the killer, you have to squat.
Or you have to run.
You can't run.
You have to walk away from the killer. You can't run anywhere. You have to do a no-run challenge. I mean,
or anywhere you go, you have to run.
You have to run the whole game, and they can find you easy.
There's different ways to do it and to make it fun, and
right. I mean, the point is, like, there's ways to keep it creative and fresh, no matter how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
There's always a way to keep it creative and fresh.
Sometimes you just gotta suck it up.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you have an amazing opportunity, so take advantage of it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say to that.
Stream well.
Stream well. All right. I think that's everything, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
Cool. Well, guys, if you're listening off-platform and want to be able to ask questions live, you can find the podcast every Tuesday at 9:30 Central Time at twitch.tv/OctoMouseLabs. Subscribe on your podcast players, leave a review, and share it with someone else who might find this useful. If you've been beating your friend over the head to stop playing fucking Apex, give them this podcast. Be like, yo, listen. Okay? Yep. Listen. And maybe they'll listen. Guys, thank you so much for all of your time, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys.